What up, loved ones? What it do? It's Patty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're new to this channel right here, just hit the subscribe button real quick and give it a like if you think it's cool, if you think it's real, you know what I mean? Right now in this episode, I'm going to share my experience doing time with the Hmongs and the Korean homies in the California prison system. But, quick reminder of what the channel is about. As you may already know, not every single person here in planet Earth was smart enough to learn things the easy way, man. Some, including me, wanted to learn the hard way, man. I want to fucking touch the flame, see if it burns, man. See if it hurts. You know what I mean? So hopefully others can see that and they don't go the same route as I did, you know. But with that being said, yeah. So Korean homies, I've already been knowing about the Korean homies because Jeff Rock's gang. We got a K-Town clique in West LA. We got a lot of Korean homies, man. Other people, they think Jeff Rocks is a Korean gang. That's how much Korean homies do we got. And so I know how to get down, man. Good ass folks, man. You know, they get it cracking when it has to. And the Hmongs, on the other hand, I didn't run into them until I hit CYA, Stockton. There's a lot of them, man. Trey 57, Asian Crip, and MOD, HNS, all over the system, man. There's a lot of them. So my experience doing time with them was with I got close and personal with old boy Short Dog from Trey 57, Asian Crip, Fresno. He was doing my tattoos on my leg. He did the Pinoy, and then he was supposed to do the Pride on the other side of my left leg, and but we got caught, so we ended up trying to get another motor. And then when we did, I just ended up putting eye crackers and eye busters on my leg. What that means is putting your enemy's hood or your enemy's barrio in your leg, crossing him out like this, and putting a K in the end, which is very disrespectful in CYA rules and all the gangbanging rules. You know, you're not supposed to do that. And when they see that, they're gonna take off on sight every fucking time, until one of us gets shipped out to a different institution. That's how it works. See, the reason why I did that when I was young is because in the system, if you've been incarcerated before, you can relate. And to those who have not, there's a lot of people that talks a good one, man. Not everybody's a man of their word. And what I mean by that is you're gonna hear a lot of these. Like, for example, yeah, I'm a baller on the streets. I got a lot of fucking dope cars, houses, everything, man. You know, I'm doing big things, man. You know what I mean? So when you get out, I'll hook you up and shit. But let me get a soup though. You know what I mean? But let me get a noodles though or something. Everybody claims to be like this, killer, baller, everything, man. But you know, they want to ask for a fucking suit. Same goes for same goes for somebody that would talk a good one, like, yeah, when my enemy gets here, I'm gonna fire on that nigga quick. I'm gonna rush that fool. I'm gonna take off on sight, you know, beat his ass, everything. Everything that you know in the books, man. But sometimes, actually most of the times when their enemy gets there, they ended up talking about, nah, they hood and my hood ain't really all that, man. It's like whatever's and shit, you know. So, what I did was, I decided to, cause I was gangbanging, man. So I decided to put, during that time when I was like 16, I decided to put my 6 of my enemy's hood whacked out on my leg. It's called eye crackers, eye busters. The homeboy Short Dog, the Hmong homie, he did that. So that, you know what I mean? You know what time it is, man. When the enemy gets there, it's on and cracking. There's no fucking taking your word back, you know. But yeah. So there's a lot of Hmong homies in the system. So fast forward, when one of my videos, when I started a riot, there was 9 of us, 8 to 9 of us homies in the pod, and when I started fighting with the big guy, when I got knocked down because I got punched from the side and got knocked down by some big black dude. From what I saw in the video, the only person that backed me up was a Hmong homie. He was Hmong. He was a little guy. So speaking from experience, man, they're short. Most of them are short. You know what I mean? But most of the Hmongs are short, but quiet also. Very humble, man. But when shit gets real, shit gets cracking, man, you can depend on them. They in there. They in the mix, man. They're just quiet, but you know what I mean? But they in there. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not saying that others are not in there, but I'm just saying from my experience. Like I said, there was 8-9 of us, and the first guy that backed me up was the Hmong dude, and he was only one from the pod, so I can honestly say that. And fast forward, man, I also had a Korean celly in Oklahoma, and he has a whole back piece, his whole fucking back. His tattoo was of a Korean samurai warrior. Looks like a samurai warrior, but it's like a Korean warrior, he says. I thought it was a samurai. And he's holding a chopped up head on his hand like this. And then on top it says Korea. But the Korea was spelled with a C instead of a K. So I asked him, like, hey, how come it's spelled like a C, man? And his answer was, because the C, the alphabet, in the alphabet, the letter C goes first before the letter J. And I guess if you want to get technical, past history, the Korean hate the Japanese so much that they don't like to spell out the Korean with the K, because the K is spelled after the J, and they don't want to be after the J. They want to be before the letter J. So they when they put the Korea, they spelled it out with the C first, you know. So that's what I noticed, man, and that's what they said. So yeah, man, I learned a lot from the Hmongs and the Koreans. There's so much to speak on, but one thing that I remember good that stayed with me is when I met the homeboy. Let's just call them Ducky and Goonie from the 818. You know what I mean? They're the G homies, man. Ducky, he got all day, he got life. Goonie, he got a date, but they were homies. They're from the same hood, and they were telling me a story in LA County back in the 2000s when they were in the LA County. So trip out on this. When they were in the LA County, a party named let's just call him Iggy. He pulled up. He was in there for a drug violation or just some kind of parole violation or anything like that. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, a couple days. Nothing major, you know what I mean? And it just so happens that on that pod that he went through, a lot of the homies there, man, they're fighting murder cases, man. They got all day. They got life sentences, and they've been there for a while. They're in LA County. They're stressed the fuck out. You know what I mean? So you got this new guy coming in there, and the Korean homeboys, man, they were complaining. They said they told the party Bugsy was there, and my homeboy T-Boy from the hood, from Jeff Rocks, he was there, and out of respect, they came up to Bugsy and T-Boy. Hey, party, check it out, man. This fool that just pulled up, man, Iggy, he's fucking my little sister, man. My little sister is a fucking minor, 17 years old, you know. So y'all gotta take care of that, because technically, in the system, man, you're not supposed to have sex or be pretty much. You can't go in there with somebody accusing you of having sex with a minor. It's against the code. You can get killed for that in the main line, you know. So Ducky and Goonie, they have the right to fire on the guy, the Iggy, or do whatever they want, you know, because that's against the code what he did. So they investigated. Long story short, they found out that they called the girl from the streets, and the girl said don't hurt my boyfriend, man. That's my real boyfriend. We love each other. We've been going out for a while. We're in a relationship. This ain't no fucking just sex thing and shit. But that don't matter, because the code is that you're a sex offender. If you go to jail for that, it's over with. You can't be in mainland. You're gonna get killed. So the homeboy, the Korean homeboy, Goonie and Ducky was pushing the line, man. So the pare Bugsy and T-Boy had no choice but to discipline and handle business with the guy that just pulled up named Iggy and shit. So they were at the back. This was from what the homies were saying. They were in the back in the cell, and T-Boy and T-Boy from Jeff Rocks and Bugsy from Bahala, they were beating up Iggy, man. They're fucking him up in the cell. For a long time. And from what I heard was, oh boy, Bugsy was fucking tired. He said his knuckles was hurting. Everything was fucking hurting, his elbows, but pretty much he was tired, man. So he was done with it. That's good enough, man. So he left the cell, but T-Boy was still beating up on Iggy. And it's been a while already, and all of a sudden Bugsy heard this fucking scream, like crazy ass scream, as if it sounded like Iggy was getting butt raped, man. So Bugsy was like, "Oh hell no, man, and that shit don't fucking fly, and none of that is gonna happen." So he came, just in case. He went back to the cell trying to see if that shit was happening, because it sounded like that's what was happening. So he came back to the cell, and what he saw was homeboy T-Boy fucking crossed out Iggy's tattoo on his back. There's a big ass tattoo that says "Thug Life." So what fucking T-Boy did was he crossed it out with a knife. The tattoo "Thug Life," and then he was carving out Jeff Rocks in his back. So that's the reason why it sounded like he was getting butt raped, because he was yelling. He was like he was in pain, So he came in there, and then long story short, the parties told him like, "Look, dog, it ain't no. It is what it is, man. That's what you did. You got caught. The homeboy was pushing the line. We can't let them stab you. We gotta take care of you. So you know how it is." And Iggy knows. So it's like, all right, that's good. It is what it is. Let him do his fucking time. And what I found out, the crazy thing is, what I found out is, after all that shit was done, Iggy got out because he was just like a violator. He just been there for like, from, I don't know, drug violation or something. As soon as he got out, man, because my folks from the streets, they know the guy. The same guy that got fucking his tattoo "Thug Life" whacked out in his back and everything, and fucking all that shit. They got disciplined for having sex with a minor. From what I heard, man, he went back to the same fucking high school and started fucking trying to get fucking little kids again and shit, man. Like nothing happened, dog. You know what I mean? So apparently there was no lesson learned, man. And this is one of the examples that I'm trying to tell about learning things the easy way or the hard way, man. We gotta be fucking smart, dog. Because sometimes it's not even fucking worth it learning the fucking hard way, Not all of them. Not all battles are fucking worth fighting and shit, dog. So that's one of my stories from doing time with the Koreans. Like I said, there's so much more to say and experience of what I've been through with them, like partying together, this and that, and a lot of crazy shit, man. But I'm gonna leave this for now, and hopefully people could know my message, know what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of other homies out there also that they wanna turn around and pretend that their past does not exist. Like they go out to the real world. I mean, I understand in the real world here, it's not. People are judgmental in the real world, period, because it's easier to judge than to actually think. You know what I mean? So I understand we're gonna get judged, but people that are pretending that their past did not exist, it's not healthy mentally, because sometimes you have to look back, man. You gotta look back. You gotta remember your past sometimes to see where you're going, and to make sure that you don't go back to the same fucking past, man. So it's not healthy to pretend that and act like the past did not exist. To those that are afraid of being judged, you just gotta do what's right. You just gotta do what's honorable, man. And if people don't accept you for your past or whatever, it is what it is. They're not your friend. They're not your homies, man. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate everybody. So, say what you mean and mean what you say, because real recognize real, homeboy. I'm out of here.